Fun fact: Count Alessandro Volta was an Italian physicist known for the invention of the battery. Volta is also a crater on the Moon named after the Italian physicist.
Hey everyone, I have another gear review for you. In this video, you're going to be taking a look at the Maxpedition Volta battery case. I've had this guy for a long time and it's just been sitting in my bag. I almost forgot about it, and I actually needed a battery for something, so I reached in and remembered it was there. But this is Maxpedition's battery case, and basically it's just a utility pouch with a battery kind of compartment inside of it. And it really is kind of one of those things where you don't really think about it too much, but once you need it and it really comes in handy, you're glad you have it. So basically I got it to keep in my EDC bag, and right now it's the Maxpedition Malaga, and it just sits right in the front compartment. Just minds its own business, sits there until it's needed, and it really is a nice little pouch that keeps your batteries nice and secure and really prevents them from jiggling too much. Alright, the case itself, the internal pocket dimensions, alright, so where the actual batteries sit, the dimensions are 4.5 by 3 by 0.75. Alright, so 4.5 by 3 by 0.75. Alright, so it's a relatively small little pouch, little compartment. Alright, it does have a nice hook and loop Velcro section there. It really cinches everything down and keeps it nice and secure. You do have this little nylon pull tab that allows you to open it up very quickly. Alright, and again, this is Maxpedition's 1000 denier ballistic nylon, same great material they use on the majority of their bags, really durable, high quality material. This is the khaki color from Maxpedition. You can see you have 3 rows of moly webbing on the back that you can use to attach to the outside anywhere of their bags if you choose to, or just slip it right in a pouch like I ended up doing. Alright, inside, again, it's just an open pocket. You can really use this for anything, and I'll cover that later in the video. But inside, Maxpedition provides a little battery compartment that you can use to divide up your batteries. Alright, it does come apart in 2 different sections. You have like a smoke gray and then a clear section if you want to use it for live batteries and dead batteries, if you want to distinguish between the two, or just fill them both up. Alright, and they connect by this little rail system, and you can have it in one whole package. Alright, so Maxpedition advertises this for both CR123, AA, and AAA batteries, and I have all 3 of those in here. In this one section I have 2 sets of AA batteries. They fit in there nice, relatively secure. They do rattle a little bit, which, just because you have several different battery types able to fit in here, there is going to be some wiggle room between the different types. In the other compartment here, I have a single CR123, and then I have 5 AAAs. Alright, now Maxpedition advertises this will fit 8 CR123s, which it will, and then 8 AAs. I find if you cram the AAAs in here enough, you can get 7 on each side for a total of 14. Alright, but I have them kind of spread out, all different types, because I have need for all 3 of those batteries on a daily basis. Alright, so it's a great little system. It really organizes everything well, keeps it relatively secure, and then once it's in the pouch itself, you don't hear them rattle too much. Alright, so it's just a little bit of noise. But overall, it's a great idea, a great concept. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't really be carrying batteries on a daily basis. I don't like things loose in the bottom of my bags, so it's a great tool to keep everything organized and secure. Alright, now for a quick size comparison. This is the Maxpedition Volta battery case. I just want to compare it to a couple other Maxpedition products you guys might be familiar with. So first off, we have the Maxpedition Mini Roly-Poly. Alright, so that's one example. Another one is the Maxpedition Janus extension. This is the Maxpedition pistol case here. M2 waist pack. This is attached to my Malaga. Now, Maxpedition Volta battery case was designed around the premise to fit a simple battery case in here, as Maxpedition markets it for. But this little handy pocket can fit many more things in there that you wouldn't typically think of. If you live in a state that allows CCW and you want a possibility to carry a couple more magazines with you, this carries, or fits, excuse me, 2 Glock 19 magazines in there, if you want a little pouch to carry those. They also mention on the site that it can fit several different electronic devices, such as cameras and phones. This is a Flip Minnow HD that fits in there nicely, as well as my Nikon S6000 will fit in there. iPods, iPhones, stuff like that, all fit, and keeps it nice and secure. If you want a little pocket to possibly put another EDC knife, this is a Spyker Paramilitary 2. That fits in there nicely as well. And what it was designed for, the little battery case, fits in there. Again, many other uses. You can make this into a miniature little first aid kit, keep some rubber gloves if you want to keep it with your first aid pack, handcuffs for law enforcement, anything. This little pouch is very versatile and has many other uses just other than the original design. Alright, so my final thoughts on the Maxpedition Volta battery case. I think it's a great little tool to carry your batteries on a daily basis, especially if you don't like fishing through bags to try to find them. It keeps them in one place, relatively secure. You don't have much movement or sound coming from the case itself. Along with getting the battery case, you do get this nifty little pocket or pouch that has many different uses, as I explained previously in the video. And it's just a very versatile little pocket that can really come in handy if you need it to. So I definitely recommend it. It's a great way to organize your batteries and other equipment that you have that you might want to bring on a daily basis. Maxpedition products are outstanding, material, everything top notch. So if you're in the market for something like this, I definitely recommend checking it out. Everyone, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.